Hello students, welcome to class 8 science. We will discuss chapter 2 microorganism, friend and foe. And in this video we are going to discuss about classification of microorganism, friendly microorganism, commercial use of microorganism, antibiotics and vaccine. First come to microorganism. These are the organisms which cannot be seen with the unaided eye. Some of these, such as the fungus that grows on bread, can be seen with a magnifying glass. Others cannot be seen without the help of a microscope. That's why these are called microorganisms or microbes. Microorganisms are classified into four major groups, and these are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and some algae. Now you can see these are the some diagrams. These two diagrams represent bacteria. These are the two algae. This is Chlamydomonas and this is Spirogyra. These are the protozoa, amoeba and paramecium. These represent the fungi, bread mold, penicillium and aspergillus. Okay. Viruses are also microscopic but are different from other microorganisms. Now, in what way they are different? They reproduce only inside the cells of the host organism. Okay, only inside the cells of the host organism, and these hosts may be a bacterium, plant, or animal. These two diagrams represent the different viruses. Common disease like cold, influenza, that is flu, and most coughs are caused by viruses. Serious diseases like polio and chickenpox are also caused by viruses. Diseases like dysentery, malaria are caused by protozoa, and these are also protozoans. Whereas typhoid and tuberculosis, that is TB, are bacterial diseases. You can say that is viruses are responsible for the serious disease like polio and chickenpox. Protozoans are responsible for dysentery and malaria, and bacteria are responsible for typhoid and TB. Now, where do microorganisms live? Microorganisms may be single-celled like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular. Okay, they may be multicellular, such as many algae and fungi. They live in all types of environments, ranging from ice-cold climate to hot springs and deserts to marshy lands. They are also found inside the bodies of animals, including humans. Some microorganisms grow on other microorganisms while others exist freely. Okay? Friendly microorganisms. They are used in preparation of curd, bread, and cake. They are also used in cleaning of the environment. For example, the organic wastes, vegetable peels, remains of animals, feces, etc. are broken down into harmless and usable substances by bacteria. Bacteria are also used in the preparation of medicines. In agriculture, they are used to increase soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. Microorganisms have been used for the production of alcohol. Bacteria are also involved in the making of cheese. Okay, you are familiar with this cheese, you are using that. Pickles, okay, and many other food items. Making curd. Milk is turned into curd by bacteria. Okay, and if you remember, your mother add some little curd to warm milk to set curd for the next day. Now question arises, why? Can you guess why your mother add this little curd? Actually, curd contains several microorganisms, and of these, the bacterium lactobacillus, remember it, lactobacillus promotes the formation of curd. Okay, this you are using daily in your food. It multiplies in milk and converts it into curd. An important ingredient of rava, that is suji idli. I think you are again taking these idlis, and bhatura is again curd. Okay. Now again, why? You can say again, bacteria and yeast are also helpful for fermentation of rice idlis and dosa batter. Okay. You can say these are the some diagrams. This is idli, this is dosa batter, this is dosa, okay, and this is chole bhature. Okay. Now let us see one activity. Take half kilogram flour, that is atta or maida. Add some sugar and mix with warm water. Okay, and add a small amount of yeast powder. Okay, this is available in the market. Yeast powder and a knead. Knead means gundna or sanana to make a soft dough. Okay, now what will you observe after 2 hours? That is the dough. Dough means loi or sana vata rising. You can see from this diagram. This is the maida with yeast powder, and when we add the after the 2 hours, when we observe, this becomes like this. Okay, now what we conclude? Yeast reproduces. Yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. Okay, bubbles of the gas, that is bubbles of carbon dioxide gas, fill the dough and increase its volume. This is the basis of the use of yeast in baking industry for making breads, pastries and cakes. Commercial use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for the large scale production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid, that is vinegar. In the form of vinegar, we are using this vinegar at our home. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juices, etc. And in the market, you can get this yeast powder in the form of different packets. Again, see one activity. Take a 500 ml beaker filled up to 3/4 with water. Dissolve 2-3 teaspoons of sugar in it. Okay. Add half a spoon of yeast powder to the sugar solution. Keep it covered in a warm place for 4 to 5 hours. Now smell the solution. Okay. Then this is the smell of alcohol. Okay, as sugar has been converted into alcohol by yeast. The process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. Okay, Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation in 1857. So you have to remember what is fermentation and who discovered this fermentation. Medicinal use of microorganisms, antibiotics. The medicines which kill or stop the growth of the disease-causing microorganisms called antibiotics. The source of these medicines is microorganism. These days, a number of antibiotics are being produced from bacteria and fungi. For example, streptomycin, tetracycline, and erythromycin. First antibiotic prepared in 1929 by Alexander Fleming, and it was penicillin. Clear? But dear student, when you take the antibiotics, you have to take care of some precautions. Precautions when taking antibiotics. Antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. Okay? And must complete the course prescribed by the doctor. If doctor says that you have to take these medicines or these antibiotics for 3 days or 5 days, you have to complete that course. Take only when needed in correct dose. If you take when not needed, then what happened? Antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. That's why only take when needed and also take in the correct dose. Antibiotics are not effective against cold and flu, as we discussed, as these are caused by the viruses. So we can say antibiotics will not work against the viruses. Vaccine. Okay. Vaccination. I think again you are familiar. In childhood, children, infants are given vaccination to protect them against several diseases. I think you can remember such type of situation. Okay, in your infants or in your childhood. Now, what is this vaccine or vaccination? If dead or weakened microbes are introduced into a healthy body, the body fights and kills the invading bacteria by producing suitable antibodies. Yeah, antibody. And actually, first we will introduce during this vaccination. What happens? We introduce the dead or weakened. Okay, weakened, that is weak microbes in our body. Then our body fight against these microbes which are dead or weakened and produce the antibodies. Now these antibodies will work against the microorganism when they attack to our body. The antibodies remain in the body and we are protected from the disease causing microbes forever. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox and hepatitis can be prevented by vaccination. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in 1798. And again, during pulse polio program, polio drops given to children are actually a vaccine. Okay, actually we can say this is a polio drops. I think this is only the vaccine which is given in the form of drops. Otherwise, all vaccines are given in the form of injection. Okay, this is polio drops. If you remember, that is दो बूंद जिंदगी के लिए. Okay, that sentence is often said when this program was continued. Increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria like cyanobacteria are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with the nitrogen and increase its fertility. Okay. These microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. Cleaning the environment. The microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simple substances, and then these are used as a manure. These substances are again used by other plants and animals. Thus, microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. Dear student, subscribe my channel to get the new videos. Thank you.